Good evening and welcome to another edition of Off Track Small Talk. Tonight I'm going to be talking to 263 Chris Worrall. Chris, good evening and welcome.
Hello there. Are you all right?
You're very well, thank you. So we spoke at one of the Skegness meetings in 2020. You came up, you introduced yourself, you said what a fan of my work you were, and we were chatting, and you said you were going to have a new car debut in 2021. I was like, right, we'll do it on BSCDA TV. Like, yeah. And here we are tonight.
Yeah. It's been a while in the making, but we're here. I think it was one of the summer meetings. I think it was in 2020, just mid between the two lockdowns, I believe.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, it was lovely to meet the famous Jonathan. You know, that kept us all entertained. You know. I was thinking I was a little bit starstruck, to be honest with you. Everyone said you should never meet your heroes and all that.
I love this. No, keep going. It's brilliant.
No, all jokes aside, it was nice. You know, you put a lot into keeping us all entertained, and it really is appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Okay, let's talk about you. I mean, I love talking about me, but let's talk about you, which is why we're here. So a bit of background, I guess, on you first. You came into Formula One in 2016 with a bit of a Formula 2 career prior to that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So how long did you do Formula 2s for?
I originally started in 2009. I'd done a couple of years then, and then had a bit of a retirement till about 2015, and then I raced in the Outlaw series with Daz Kitson and Mark Wareham and things, and I raced them for a couple of years, and then 2016 I had to go on a Matt Newson hire car. We'd originally planned to do 4 meetings, just to basically say I'd raced one, you know. But as everyone will tell you, once you get into one, you know, there's just nothing to compare with the sheer power of them. You know, it's just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, nothing comes close to like hanging on. Oh shit!
yeah, go on.
Yeah, so nothing comes close to putting your foot down on shale and just, you know, hanging under a couple of straight. I mean, the thing is with the one, I mean, it's completely different to a Formula 2. We just need to be treated with a lot more respect.
Yeah. Okay, so you did those 4 meetings in a Matt Newson hire car, and like I say, was that just to say if you liked it, or just to say I've had a go and that was it? Was it kind of like, well, actually, I want to do some more now? Did you go out and buy a car? I think.
Yeah. Basically, I actually bought. Originally, I bought John Dawson's car, which I think it was Phil Cooper, one of the grass track lads who came in before. And actually got in touch with Paul Spooner at the time, who was racing, and he offered to help me alongside his racing to keep the car at his place so we could work on them together. So I did that, and me and Paul ended up swapping cars. He had a big block, and I bought it less engine, you know. So I wanted to race Shale, and he had a small block that would go into that car, and he wanted to do a bit of tarmac. So it just worked out perfect for us, really, to be fair.
Okay. So after that sort of period of time buying a car, and then you sort of stopped, and there's been a big gap, and now here we are in 2021. So without giving much away at this point, it appears you have a really serious attempt at Formula One this year. So what's been the motivation behind this? What is quite a significant decision, I suppose, on your part?
Well, to be fair with you, I started racing with Matt's car, and to be fair with you, the deal that Matt's got is fantastic for new drivers wanting to experience racing. I mean, Matt and the team are great, and I would encourage anyone to have a go. Just to speak to them, and you know, and have a go. I mean, Matt's been instrumental, I think, with the hire car platform in getting new drivers into the sport, and I think without him, the car number certainly would be a lot lower. But I raced, like I say, I started in the 2016, and to be fair, I actually had a relationship breakdown with my youngest mum at the time, and I also struggled to deal with that alongside my father's death, which was quite a while ago, but it kind of bottled it up, and I'm the oldest. I've got a brother, I've got children. My brother's got a child, and also, you know, we've still got my mum, and you know, I'm kind of the head of the family, and there's a lot to take on board, to be fair. At quite a young age, I was only 21, and to be fair, I'd bottled a lot of it up and just try to deal with it by going racing and doing other things and what have you. And I was just sat on the grid at Sheffield, to be fair, and I just got this feeling come over us that I just wasn't interested anymore. I can't explain why or how, but I mean, I come off the track and, you know, I thank God for the car and everything like that. And the next day I messaged him and just, you know, I told him just to cancel me hires. You know, I wasn't interested at all. I also, I think I'd text Sophie just to say, you know, I surrendered my license. I'm not racing anymore and everything like that, and didn't care anything for the sport. And I like totally fell out of love with it, to be fair. A lot of people would say to me, you know, why did you give up? You're just not interested now, are you? And I'm like, honestly, I'm not interested one bit. No. And to be fair with you, I went and spoke to Sunderland Mind, the Mind charity in Sunderland, and I got on really well with the lady. And to be fair, she's helped me massively. I still speak to her often, a little bit now, but not all the time. But she was instrumental in trying to get, you know, my head sorted, and she pushed me to be a better person, a better dad, and also a better businessman, you know. So, but
it's Chris. I mean, you know, what you described there is like, you know, initially a huge life-changing circumstance to happen, and people deal with things very, very differently. And you know, but for you to have the desire to get better and to seek help, it is brilliant, and it gets you to a point where you can come out the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you know, until speaking with Norma, you know, she's fantastic. You know, she's fantastic. Yeah,
I think that you know, you sort of said about you weren't interested in stock cars, but it's the last thing on your mind, isn't it? And quite rightly, that's why. And you can't do stock cars unless you're committed to it. You absolutely can't. It's one of the things you can't do half-heartedly, isn't it?
No. It's a real struggle. You've kind of got to be really interested in it, and you've got to be really dedicated to it. And you can't do it yourself. You need a team. And luckily, I mean, I've got a good team around me now, and you know, the guys come over, and it's great. You know what I mean? With obviously the lockdown, it's been really hard to build this car. But we've managed to get here, and you know, we're here now. So
yeah, I mean, for me personally, you know, it's great that you've come out the other side, and great that, you know, we can chat about it tonight, and you can share your experience, which is also lovely. So thank you for that. Talk about the car. You know, like, without giving too much away, it's been on a bit of a journey, hasn't it, to get to the point where we're almost race ready?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. So yeah, I got in touch with the person I bought the car off, bought a chassis kit, and that set the ball rolling basically. Paul Spooner kindly let me keep the car at his place for the first part of the build, and Ian and Neil Coulson also came on board. They're actually Stuart Smith's, were the Katie's brothers. So so basically next time they go to Stuart's, they're being tasked. You have to find your setup booth, you know. So, so
find out all the dark secrets.
Yeah. So just take them to the pub, couple of drinks, and you know, when you have this problem, what do you do? You know. And so, but no, so I actually opened a garage in January, in the middle of a lockdown, believe it or not. But it's going well, to be fair. And I brought it over here, and the lads come over once a week, and I mean, they've been instrumental in helping me do it. I mean, sometimes I'm still working when they come over, and they'll just crack on with the car. And you know, I can't thank them enough. I mean, we've got a Facebook group which you're part of, Jonathan, which is like just part of the build. You know, just because everything like you've seen on Facebook in all of, you know, the lockdown and things, it's just been like Boris this, Boris that, and what have you. And so it was just nice to, you know, try and keep people interested in, you know, in what we were doing. But yeah, it's more of a boys' club really, to get away from partners. But I just hope none of them see this. You know what I mean? I was sharp getting input to that. But no, I really can't thank the lads enough for coming on board. We've just had another guy come on board, Richie Bruton. He's a long-time F2 driver. He's very, very clever with setup, and also American engines and things like that. So, fantastic. Can't thank him enough as well.
Chris, like you said, I have seen sort of the build progress. Lovely to be part of your little group, and I've seen kind of the finished article as well. We've talked about this car for a good 10 minutes now, so over to you to reveal what is a fantastic machine for the 2021 season.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. So basically, firstly, I would like to thank again, Paul Spooner, Neil Coulson, Ian Coulson, and also Richie Brook for coming on board. I've got some sponsors I would like to thank as well. Time Technical Services, Johnny and Jeff Foster, Extreme Graphics, Lee Ward, Maltech, Garage, Malcolm Wilkes, Haspel Taxis, Barry Taylor, AC Motor Repairs, Adam Cockburn, and also Splash Hot Tubs, David Adamson. I'd also like to thank Ryan Harrison and Murray Harrison for all their support and help with the build. If we've had any problems with building the car, Ryan has been instrumental. He's been absolutely fantastic with us. Video call him on a night if we have an issue, and he's with his children and his wife, and he'll help us. He'll point us in the right direction. Nothing's a problem. So again, thanks to them. So yeah, over to you with my unveiling of the 2021 tarmac car.
This is an absolutely fantastic looking car. What plans and targets have you set yourself then for this coming season?
So basically, hopefully we'll try and get a couple of race wins with it. Try and move up the grades. Not set our targets too high. Yellow or blue would be fantastic. But yeah, basically just have fun. My son's just got a Mini as well, so that's a job in itself as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to get the boys involved a bit more, and just do things as a family. A couple of weeks ago we done the Mini open day, which was for novice drivers. We went to Stockton, a hotel, to do that on the way in Birmingham. Sorry. And it was just an adventure for me and the kids, and we just want to have some fun, and just enjoy ourselves. That's what it's about, just enjoy ourselves, really.
Well, when we spoke at Skegness, I do remember you saying that. I said, well, why are you coming back? And we had that conversation. You said you wanted to do stuff with your lad, and have that sort of bonding experience with your son, and go, let's go racing. This is what we're doing at the weekend, and quite clearly that comes across from what you've said there.
Yeah. I would have loved to have raced with my dad, but we just didn't have the money at the time. Fortunately, I found myself in a bit of a better place to be able to do that for myself and with my son. But it's not taking nothing away from. We always went to Hartlepool and Barford as well up in the northeast. We always and we'd help local drivers and things like that, but just never managed to kind of do it ourselves. And it would have been nice, but hopefully I can live that dream through my sons, and do it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And from your accent, I'm guessing you're not actually that close to any stock car tracks, really, are
you? Well, Barford's about 50 minutes away from us. it's up in the sticks a little bit. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Bradford is actually an hour and a half, I think, something like that. So that's the closest track. Tarmac, we're probably talking like 3 hours away. So
Yeah.
I definitely picked the wrong surface to race on.
Yes. So just on the back of that, with obviously Bradford's coming back, and that's caused a lot of interest from older drivers, from drivers from other formulas to want to come into Formula One. Has it kind of sparked a bit of thought in your mind, thinking actually, you mentioned Shell right at the very beginning and how much fun you had on Shell. Is it kind of a thought process going on? Well, I might give Shell a go in the future, not with this car, but maybe get another one together, or?
Yeah, I mean, I went to the 1999 World Final, which was absolutely epic. I mean, I remember standing on, the entrance coming out of turn 4, and I just remember watching that big pile up, and it was just, the whole day was fantastic. The build up, the fireworks, and as a little kid, it was just fantastic. And I always, looked on and thought, I want to do that. And luckily, I managed to do that in 2016 and race there. There's some pictures of me dad racing a Formula 2 who he borrowed off someone at Bradford. So I kind of need to race there as well, So I did say to the lads, well, we nearly finished this one. How are you fit for building a Shell car? And to be fair, if we wanted to, the lads would probably love to do it. It's just money, Jonathan, and but I would love to race Bradford, and I have to be fair, I have been in touch with Matt Newton about a hire car.
Yeah.
So,
there you go. I think lots of people have been in touch with Matt Newton about Bradford.
Yeah.
Clearly a fan of the sport. I mean, that comes across very, very clearly. Do you have a favourite driver?
I wouldn't say I have a favourite driver as such. I just respect anyone who gets in and has a go, because it just takes a lot of guts and determination just to get in the thing sometimes, and I mean, I remember one of my first meetings, I'm parked up white, looking over, and he's Rob speaking, and I'm thinking, never mind. But anyway, no, to be fair, I would say a favourite driver. I used to love watching Andrew Smith. He was absolutely he would just have his car on song, watching him go around and things. It was. I remember watching him at Bellevue, and I was thinking, he's not even on the throttle half the time there. And he was just pulling away, and I'm thinking, it just makes it look so easy. Surely it must be easy, but trust me, it's not.
But maybe, with the kind of link to Stuart, you can find out some of those secrets you alluded to. How do you go fast on a stock car?
Well, this is it. This is what I'm hoping. But I mean, to be fair, you can't mention Andrew and Stuart without mentioning the dad. I mean, I remember. I mean, I'm a little bit too young to have known him race. I mean, it just seems that from an early age, the name Stuart Smith has just resonated with me. I don't know why, but with stock cars, it's just, it goes part and part. Same with Frankie Raymond, I mean, I have customers come into the garage here, and I did it in my old garage as well. And I just had a guy today, actually, this morning, and he said, I used to go to Hartlepool in Aycliffe, and I'm sure there was a guy, Smith. I said, yes, same as Stuart. I used to have this rivalry with Frankie Raymond, and I mean, I think, to be fair, with Bradford opening back up, I'm really hoping that it, ignites the job again. There's a real buzz around it at the moment, and it's certainly going the right way.
Yeah,
absolutely. In my eyes.
Yeah, I think there is that really untapped potential that's still out there, because tracks have closed and people have drifted away. It's just getting them back. And we were sort of chatting before we came on tonight. 70 cars for the Kingston opener in a week and a half. That's just unheard of, isn't it? It's real positive.
I mean, with the loss of the Coventry saga and what have you, it did take a little bit of a downer in my eyes, a little bit. But I mean, what Steve's done at Bradford is just fantastic. I mean, who'd have thought a year ago You know, we were going to Bradford in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just doesn't get any better really in my eyes. And I mean, the track facilities as well, you know, they've done a really good job there, and I really wish them the best on it. You know, I really hope that, because I mean, to not retire and do a bit with the track, I mean, fantastic. I mean, you know, fair play to the man.
Yeah, brilliant. Chris, thank you so much for your time tonight. I know you were a little bit nervous, and we had like a few wardrobe changes and haircut changes, like as we were getting ready to to come on. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for sharing your new car with us, and absolutely best of luck for the start of the season. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, thanks for having me, Jonathan. It's been, you know, I was really nervous. I'll be honest, I was really nervous, but you kind of forget that you're being recorded after a while. You know, just speaking to you, just, you know, you settle the nerves. And, you know, all credit to you and Jonathan and everyone else who's putting all the entertainment on and things for us during lockdown, things like that. You know, again, thank you very much. You know, every Saturday at 8 o'clock, and Mark Sargent and Paul Hines, and, you know, it's just fantastic. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've got Mark Sargent on Facebook, and I've been keeping an eye on his story, and, you know, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen at Bradford. But to be fair with you, the shape that Mark Sargent's in, I think he'll just bench press Frankie Wayman, to be fair.
He's been spending a lot of time in the gym, hasn't he? He's got something going on there.
Honestly, he's giving it this. I mean, fair play to the lad, you know what I mean? But no, it's just shaping up to be a fantastic season. You know, getting out there, meeting friends, meeting people we haven't seen for a long time, and just have some fun.
Yeah, brilliant. Chris, again, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you maybe at First Skegness.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks very much, Jonathan. Take care.
Cheers, Chris. Thanks.
Cheers. Bye.